Well, guys and girls, well, I doubt any girl is watching this. So, well, boys, back another video today now. Trying to get back on the YouTube. Just got done exams yesterday, so that is a really nice feeling. By the way, I'm not going to edit out any phone flips, and this phone is balanced on the steering wheel. It's so weird, so I'm expecting it just fall over. So expect to see some bits of, oh fucking this, where the screen goes black in the videos, my phone's falling over. But look, anyway, done exams, 3 weeks to the day, 2 weeks, 6 days to the show, my only show, True Novice and Juniors. I've got my NPC Worldwide membership, and I'm booking the contest entry there tonight or tomorrow. If I have enough time tonight, I'll just scroll through the categories, pretty much make sure that I am selecting the ones I want to compete in. To be honest, I'm just it's really come to my realization, not stressed, but need to just get a posing routine down. I don't even have a song down. I'm 3 weeks out. But look, I know the mandatories are the main thing. My mandatory poses I know off by heart. Even the transitions have gotten much better, much smoother, and they're the main things they judge you on and what matter. But look, for myself, I want to present a good posing routine that I have practiced. So over the next week, if I could just finalize it, look, I'm not going to do any crazy ones where they go down and they're like that to show off the traps lying down and just crazy poses. Just I'm going to go in there, hit kind of pretty much mandatories, like your side chest and all that kind of stuff. Maybe a few kneeling poses, a few classic poses from the back, like you might have seen Arnold do or something. But look, nothing in the posing routine, there's going to be nothing too crazy. It's just, I'd rather perfect the poses that I am doing. I'd rather perfect a basic pose than go up there and just look like a retard, not having anything, no clue how to do this reverse lunge archer pose, because who the fuck knows how to do that besides your man Diego. So if anybody was watching the NY classic physiques at the New York Pro, don't worry, the caffeine will be entering my system. So I'm going to be doing half an hour steps on the treadmill, just light steps for my lower session. So give me your opinion on what you thought. So obviously, Naz, a lot of you just know him as Snell Darwin, a lot of you just know him as One Punch Naz. So he actually won the New York Classic Pro. And obviously, Diego, who was an unbelievable battle against, came second. But a lot of people, look, I'm not even going to give my opinion on it, because, look, people argue over anything. And to be honest, I'm just so focused on my prep. They both looked insane. I think we should just appreciate when you just see physiques like that come up against each other. So just look up Niall Darwin on Instagram. Jeez, have a lisp there. And just look at who came second if you don't know who Diego is. But insane battle. Diego's posing was fucking unreal as well. He looks sick. I don't know, is the lighting really shit, or did Niall Darwin not carb up enough? It looked slightly flat, but I think even Diego, who's like a really full looking physique, kind of chest and stuff, looked the same. I think a lot of it was because of the lighting. I think the lighting was pretty shit, and the stage was small. It was weird. Like, even the boxes where the competitors are meant to stay when they're posing against each other, they were just all entering each other's boxes because they weren't big enough. I just think poor stage layout and lighting. But look, that's enough about the New York Pro anyway. Give that a watch and see what you think. So I'm running a practice peak week from the 10th to 15th, basically 3-day carb depletion down to like 110 carbs, pretty low. Jeez, I look tired, man. Holy shit, I look tired. That's what happens when you're on prep. You look like a drug addict when you're 3 weeks out. You don't look like you're about to step on stage when you got a hoodie on. You look like you're about to go into the back alley and start fucking shooting a load of heroin into your arm. Yeah, I do look a bit like a heroin addict. But enough about that anyway. What even was I saying? Oh yeah, so about carb depletion. So about, I'll be dropping down to my lowest 110 carbs. I think I'm on 170 today. And then pretty much a practice 2-day carb up phase. Just pretty much seeing how my body reacts. Pretty much happy with my current condition. And look, I could for 5 days just roll my body into the ground, just try and get leaner once again. But actually practicing a peak week and knowing what I actually need to do in my peak week, self-coached, and how my body reacts. If my body needs longer to carb up, less carb up, how it affects water, sodium. So like, pretty much the goal is by the end of my peak week, I'll know how my practice one. For my actual one, I won't be stressing in bed, which also helped me hold less water. I'll know if I need 4 days of carb up or 2 is enough. I'll know if I need to have fucking 4,000 calories and loads of carbs, which it really looks like my physique. Like from my 3-day refeeds, that's the craziest I've looked so far this prep. And it was simply because I was loading carbs like really high, over 400 for 3 days straight. And my glycogen stores didn't even fill out. But look, there's the problem with that. It's complicated. Yes, I will most likely for my peak, compared to most people, it will take slightly longer, more days and more calories and carbs to carb up properly before I actually spill over, because it actually takes an insane amount of carbs for me to spill over. I pretty much towards the 4th day of the refeed, when I woke up, I was slightly spilt over, but barely, and that was after like 1,400 carbs across 3 days or something. So I think there's a positive and a negative. The positive is I probably will end up having the day before show and day of show a good 3k plus calories of just predominantly carbs as well. So that's the positive. The negative would be for most people is they would find it hard to get down them. For me, I'm a big eater. Even when I use bulk on like 4.5k calories, I never really struggled that much to get the calories down. I've always been a big eater. It's not even a fast metabolism. It's just if you put food in front of me and it tastes not mank, I'll just really enjoy it and eat it. It could be digestion issues because, to be honest, recently on prep I have been having tummy pains and stuff like that. My bowel movements are still quite regular and start frequent and good, which is a good sign still. But I've kind of found out, pretty much due to your like GI or is it GL, kind of your gut microbiome response to carbs, that my kind of beef, sweet potato meal was irritating a small bit in terms of having lettuce, gherkins, jalapenos and mushrooms. So I've had to tone down on the veg volume a small bit, which obviously I'll be less full, but look, at least I won't have issues. Then xanthan gum is gone now for the rest of prep. Can give you kind of can air up creamies. Like my creamies are going to be shit. I'm probably cutting them out in a week anyway. Without xanthan gum, but look, another thing. And then garlic was kind of the other thing. Like not even just farting or anything, it just would give me a slightly sore tummy. So that's one of the really hard things that I've had to experience anyway. This prep, like obviously I don't have consistent digestion issues. It might be after the same 2 meals a day that my belly's quite sore. So obviously I'm just gonna be less hungry because I'm gonna be eating less voluminous food. But look, my waist will be tight, and because I won't be having digestion issues, and look, at least my bowel movements are regular. A lot of people that get to this point of prep and they have regular bowel movements, so look, we'll just take that as a win. So yeah, I'm running off 50 grams of cream of rice right now for my session, and that's it. It's gonna be a fun lower session. So look, I'll go in film some of this session now, finish off this monster, half an hour steps, film some of the session, and then I'll show you a bit of posing at the end. Sure, my mandatories are looking much cleaner, even transitions now. It's really just getting the final tweaks on them and putting a basic enough posing routine that I'm confident out there, and look, just getting oiled up and turning up on the day and seeing how we do, and then going out for sushi afterwards, man. That's life, baby. Alright, so I'm gonna hit my session there, and I will see you on the hamstring curl. Actually, I might not film that. I'll see you on whatever leg. I'll probably do 5, I think it's 5 or 6 legs movements, so I will film about 3 of them and show them here.
I live my day as if it was the last. Live my day as if there was no past. Doing it all night, all summer. Doing it the way I wanna. Yeah, I'ma dance my heart out till the dawn, but I won't be done when morning comes. Doing it all night, all summer. Gonna spend it like no other. It was a crush, but I couldn't get enough. It was a rush, but I gave it up. It was a crush. Now I might have wanna said too much, but that's all it was, so I gave it up. I live my day as if it was the last. Live my day as if there was no past. Doing it all night, all summer. Doing it the way I wanna. Yeah, I'ma dance my heart out till the dawn, but I won't be done when morning comes. Doing it all night, all summer. Gonna spend it like no other. It was a crush. I kept saying I'ma stay in touch, but that thing went bust, so I gave it up. Ooh, no tricks, no bluff. I'm just better off without them cups. Yeah, the sun won't set on us. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah. When low, when high, still waters run dry. Gotta get back in the groove. I ain't never heard it. When low, when high, what matters is enough. I'm getting right back in the mood. I live my day as if it was the last. Live my day as if there was no past. Doing it all night, all summer. Doing it the way I wanna. Yeah, I'ma dance my heart out till the dawn, but I won't be done when morning comes. Doing it all night, all summer. Gonna spend it like no other. Now I found another crush. A lush life giving me a rush. Had one chance to make me blush. Second time is one to let. Now I found another crush. A lush life giving me a rush. Had one chance to make me blush. Second time is one to let. I live my day as if it was the last. Live my day as if there was no past. Doing it all night, all summer. Doing it the way I wanna. Yeah, I'ma dance my heart out till the dawn.
guys, so it is now 8:20 at night, just finishing up some online coaching check-ins. Shout out Joe. So just finishing up just my only 2 check-ins for today because it's a weekend, and turning off the laptop. Sorry now, looking away from the camera, but look. So today was the first day of Jeez, I have the beanie on and all. I'm just freezing. Today was the first day of the practice peak week. So I'm running basically a practice peak week for like 5-6 days, I think it is. Then just return to kind of baseline 2.2k calories after the upped carbs, try and get the last bit of fat off to reach that perfect condition, and then we will be well set going into our practice peak week. So today's probably the lowest day carb-wise I've had all of prep. I think I'm on 160 today, and it's going to get worse the next 2 days. But look, and look, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm actually just making this into the YouTube video. I was so tired all day, I couldn't even film anything. I'm actually filming a YouTube video now to prevent myself for as long as possible from going and eating my last meal. That's how bad it's gotten today. Today is the most I've struggled energy-wise. It could be due to placebo of low carbs or having low carbs, or a combination of both. But today, I've really struggled. This has been the hardest day by prep so far, and I just want to make this video to pretty much, look, I love this process. You see yourself every morning hitting new low weights, looking better, all the positive comments with a goal ahead of you. I love all that, but you got to take the negatives as well. Look, if you are going to do a prep and you're going to get to, I don't really want to show my condition now where I'm sitting down, but where you're looking like, this, and you got ab veins and stuff, you're going to feel like shit at times. I like right now. Well, like, I know I get a Ninja Creamy now with 3 rice cakes in about 20 minutes, and I'm making this video to put it off for as long as possible, as long as the iPhone storage doesn't go. But man, the whole deloading days just suck. Like, for the start of actual peak week, like, man, that shit's gonna be hell. Then the high carb days are just so beautiful. Like, I know in like 4 days time I'll get 160 grams of cream rice and chicken. Like, that shit is gonna slap. So look, first low carb day nearly over. Then tomorrow I'm dropping down, I think it's to 130 carbs, 140 carbs on a training day, which is tough. But look, I'll have 50 grams of cream rice, which seems like nothing, but to me that would be a lot of carbs for the day. A good like 20% or something. So I have my Trained by JP Banoffee cream rice. That is definitely my go-to now. I got it like a week ago, and man, that shit is awesome. It tastes like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, you mostly probably tried chocolate banana or custard cream. It's like the banana taste from the chocolate banana mixed with custard cream. I don't know how to describe it. It's like custard cream, but better. Basically, that's the easiest way to describe it. It's like if you got custard cream and you're like, for no extra calories, you're just able to caramelize a full banana in there. That's what it tastes like. So look, it's unreal. So I have that to look forward to. So tomorrow will be tough, even lower calories in a training day. Look, even though I think I'm only on 105 carbs for the day, I know you might be like, why the fuck are you doing that? That's stupid. You shouldn't even do that at the deload. But I'm really trying to, in this practice peak week, not push my body to the limits, but really test the limits, how much and how it affects me when I deplete myself and build myself back up. Because it could just not work out well. I could look soft, I could spill over, my waist might not look tight, or I might fill up too slowly 3 days. I seem to react really well to carbohydrates in general. It's a really good thing for prep. Like, I feel like a lot of people with 3 days of kind of higher carbs coming to their show will be enough to pretty much fill out their glycogen stores. Like after a 3 day, I think I nearly had 3,000 calories there a month ago for 3 days in a row on my refeed, 450 grams of carbs plus, and I didn't spill over. I just kept on loading up the glycogen. My shit did not spill over. I just looked better by better, day by day, until the refeed was over and went back to maintenance, and I looked fucking insane. That's probably, even though that was like 4 or 5 weeks ago and I'm well more conditioned now, that might be, I'll just look back at my TikTok, that might be the greatest I've looked so far this prep. So look, it's a really nice thing knowing anyway, even though I only have a 3 day peak like push-up phase for carbs, that I respond really well to high carbs. So for peak week for the last kind of 4 or 5 days, I reckon I will be on upwards of 2.7k calories, kind of sticking around 160 protein, 40 fat, and just going from 300 grams of carbs to like 500. I just don't see myself spilling over. If it happens, we can always, in the last 1 to 2 days, look, I know I'm self-coached, so we can always use other methods and drop carbohydrates back to stop storing as much water. But it's a really nice thing because some competitors, I've been listening to a lot of bodybuilding podcasts. Jeez, I'm talking too fast. Don't have enough carbs in me for the speaking. The lungs are barely working as is. But I've listened to a lot of bodybuilding podcasts. Basically, just everyone really reacts differently. Like, they're on about some guys who, after 1 to 2 days, would reach peak glycogen storage. They do 2 5k calorie high days before it, and they were talking about other competitors who they tried that approach and they spilled over horribly and placed 8th, and actually did a 12-day loading phase leading up to the show. I think 300 calories above maintenance, and it won them an IFBB Pro card. Can't remember what podcast that was now. It might have been the Strength Shop or the Strength, or could have been, sorry, my phone's at 10%, the ORIOR Zero podcast. It was one podcast anyway. Pretty much the point I'm trying to get across is every competitor reacts to glycogen in a different way. How much they store, how much they can store, how long it takes them to store it, how much they can fill up when they start to spill over, all these factors. So look, it's going to be different for everyone, but for me, luckily, it looks like I'll just be eating a fuckload of cream and rice coming up to the show. Way more, like, it will feel like that I'm on a post-show cheat, so I'm eating so many carbs. But yeah, enough spoof about that. Look, today's been really tough, especially session in the morning and still having energy to get steps in, and then of course making all my meals, getting my steps fully completed, doing the online coaching for the lads to the best of my ability. You know, it's tough, and I expect tomorrow will be tougher, and then that could be the hardest day of prep out of the way, because the day after that is only 100 grams of carbs, but I think it's around the same calories, higher protein, higher fat. It's a rest day, so I can really just load up on those high protein, high fat, satiating meals. And then the 3 days after that are pretty much pushing up the glycogen, seeing how much I can take, and then assessment day. At that point, we're 2 weeks out, 2.2k calories after being on 1.9 today. Won't seem like a breeze, but I'll be able to do it. I'll be like, okay, there's 2 weeks left. Let's just get this down. 2.2k calories. Look, cravings will be there. We'll get it done. And then we got the final deloading phase and push up, and I'm on stage, you know. Fuck yeah, just saying it out loud like that I'm 20 days out from my first time ever stepping on stage. Yeah, fuck, alright, we're getting close. It makes me a little nervous as well, because I'm a bit of an overthinker. Like, even in my dreams, I'd be having dreams about me going off plan, off prep, and waking up sweating and stuff. I'm just a bit of an overthinker. Especially like 2-3 weeks ago, not anxiety, but I think it's the most I've ever been like, fuck, I'm not conditioned enough, I nearly started to get anxious about that. I'm not an anxious person at all. But my conditioning the last 2-3 weeks even with actual refeeds, I think I was holding a lot of inflammation and water due to stress because of exams and being on really low calories from being fatigued so long. And those extra refeeds actually just really helped me. And I looked way just tighter around the waist, grainier after the refeeds. And look, the last 2-3 weeks it's been the most conditioning improvement I've seen. So look, yeah, 20 days out. But look, I'll wrap it up here. That's about it. I won't put the macros up on screen because you're gonna be upset seeing how low carbs it is. But look, that's it for the video. So we got our steps done, man. We got our posing flow's looking better. We got our session done. We get a Ninja Creamy in a minute. We get a Ninja Creamy, that's unreal. And look, we just taking these days off day by day. And I'll see you in the next vid.